Hello chess enthusiasts. We have a position in front of us which requires white to checkmate in 3 moves, and the strategy involved is known as the Hamburg theme. But let's first of all have a look at what white is trying to do and what fails, and then we'll move on to what succeeds. If white promotes this at once to a knight, he is indeed threatening knight takes e7 checkmate. Unfortunately, if he does that, this bishop comes in here and defends against e7, and that cooks it. So that is no good. Alternatively, should white, instead of promoting to a knight, choose to promote to a queen, with the idea of playing down here like this, does black have a defense to queen e8 mate? He does. It's this most amazing rook h4, because once he plays rook d8, this queen can now come into here and interpose, stopping the mate in 3. So that is no good either. Just note the fact that also in this line where we promote to a queen, the rook on d8 stops knight d8 check. Just bear that in mind for a moment. It is important. So what we'll do is we'll put the position back to how it is at the beginning. And that is the original position. Okay, so how do we employ the promotion to either a knight or a queen and avoid the interference by these 2 moves, the bishop and the rook, respectively? Well, what we do is we do a Cecil Purdy. I've mentioned his strategy many times on my channel, and here we are again. His doctrine was that if you know that you're going to have to play a move as your second move, try substituting it for your first move and see what happens. So what he'd say here is that rook d8 is the move. Would he be right? Well, no, he'd be wrong. He's right, but he's wrong in the sense that you do need to substitute what is going to be a necessary second move if you can possibly manage it. But it's the wrong way around, and because of playing the rook to d8, you're taking away this square here. We'll come back to this in just a moment. Just put it back to the original position. The key move, in fact, is to go this way, so that we leave the square open. So this is where Cecil Purdy is sort of right, in that you don't want to promote the pawn to either a knight or a queen at once, thus committing yourself to a certain position before your opponent has revealed his intentions. But you do want to play a waiting move. So it's a combination of yes it is, but no it isn't. So we get it right with playing rook h8. Now what does this suggest to black? Well, what it tells him is that should he move his rook to here, we now promote to a knight, and there's no defense against knight e7 mate because this square is taken away from the bishop. Alternatively, should he move his bishop to there, then we promote to a queen, and there's no defense. Now, just coming back to what I was saying before, just imagine that this rook had been played here instead. Well, black can avoid the mate in 3 by playing this. This is very clever. What happens now? Well, we promote to a knight. Just imagine that that is a knight for a moment. Now, black has this move, which is perhaps not that obvious, but there it is. This is possible because the rook has moved out of the way, and now it enables black to take the pawn here. And in so doing, it covers the square against knight e7. Now, if you imagine that we'd played here, we don't need to go back through it again, we just need to substitute rook d8 with rook h8, and that is a knight, remember? So what happens now? Well, like I said earlier, knight d8. And that is checkmate. That is pretty good, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed that, and goodbye for now.